you know, my life with my little girl is driving to Florida for 17 hours, listening to Justin Bieber, combing my hair like Justin Bieber, painting my nails, playing dolls, playing Power Rangers, you know, and of course doing karate with her, so I kind of just go with the flow. Sometimes I'm just numb to it though. I'm like sitting in the spa thinking, I'm tired of being Justin Bieber, you know what I mean? But I play a lot with her. If you see on Facebook, I'm always posting stuff or like, you know, doing crazy stuff. And, you know, like crazy, like curling her hair with a curling iron. Yeah! Anyway, all right, next question. Yes? Issue.
So as soon as I saw the trailer for Pacific Rim, I was wondering if any of the Power Rangers were considering auditioning for it. I wanted to make it a show.
Man, there's a lot of things. I know a lot of, you know, fans make the cool fan art and stuff like that. We didn't get a chance. I mean, the auditions we have, like I live in Houston. I'm super busy on every single weekend. And I had the Puerto Rico Comic-Con scheduled May 25th, 26th. And of course, they wanted me to return to Power Rangers in New Zealand on that date. And I was like, ugh. You know, do I cancel a con or do I? And I figured the fans would love to see me on the show, so I'll do that. But the auditions are kind of, you know, sorry, this is going on. We're Skype now. It's just different making all the auditions and stuff. But there's a lot of shows that I would love to do, you know? And with the body art, people ask me how many tattoos I have. It's all connected, so it's more percentages of my body. And I probably have about, I would say like 80 hours in tattooing. So, yeah, but I don't like the tattooing thing. Everyone thinks I'm gonna be pain, like I'm gonna be, yeah, of course I gotta be like, you know, I had a guy that had like Green Ranger tattoo. He's like, oh man, you're my hero. I mean, what do you want? Are you done? Are you done? So I just like zone out, play it off. What's going on? What's up, man? In a tattoo shop, what are you supposed to do? You know, people come in, they're like, do tattoos hurt? I'm like, well, they're not puppy kisses, but more like an annoying cat scratch. Over and over and over again. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming. All right. Anyway, so, yes, sir. The biggest highlight, I thought about that. A lot of people ask that question, and I wonder that too. But my biggest highlight is honestly like, I guess it's a highlight and a down at the same time. Because when I was on the show, we had all these wishes and Make-A-Wish foundations and last wishes to see you before they passed away. And I was there and I saw it. It was very hard for me to do that. There's a whole different side of acting that I don't think nobody really sees. They always see this side. There's the other side of, you know, the can't make the Make-A-Wish foundations because we're filming. But my biggest highlight is to see people happy, honestly, and to hear, yeah, you're my hero. I can never hear that enough, and to continue being their hero. But then there was a downfall of that celebrity stuff too. My brother was in the hospital, and he was, you know, almost, you know, in a car accident. My best friend lost his arm. I mean, it was terrible. And you know, the doctor came and said, "Can I talk to you?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know, what's going on?" He's like, "I just need this autograph for my kids." You know, and I was like, you know, it was one of those things where I was in tears because my brother was in the hospital. I didn't know if he was going to make it or not. And just signing the autograph, and I remember signing that autograph. I never turned autographs down. But I remember that it's just some of those times that actors, and I think sometimes might get misunderstood. And there's some times where they're not misunderstood. You know, everyone goes through these relations, these ups and downs, and, you know, like, could be fighting with your wife, you could be fighting with your girlfriend, or for example, Chicago C2E2, I lost my best friend on that Sunday. So I had to go out and see people. Everyone was like, you know, he did some horrible stuff, passed away, and I had to, and so when I'm out there with the kids and the fans, it gets my mind off everything. Just like acting, you can be someone different. But on the end of the day, you got to deal with your problems, you know what I mean? So there's a whole different side of the acting world that, so to answer your question, the biggest highlight was probably just to meet people, meet the kids that love to see you, that are on that growing up and stuff. It wasn't like acting for me, like to be rich and famous. It wasn't like that. You could just imagine all these guys are big celebrities that go everywhere, but everywhere is like a con. Everybody knows them. And so when you see them act up or, you know, throw a camera down for paparazzis and stuff like that. And just in my opinion, you can look and say, what a jerk, but then you don't know what they're going through the whole time, and you don't know what people are saying to you and edging you on. And there's no way, no reason to act that way. Everybody sometimes gets in a bad mood, but it changes me when I'm out there, because it'll just change my mood. I can't be like that, so it's to make it, I'm in a good mood, and when I am in a bad mood, I will turn on Facebook, you know, and look and go, it's awesome. It just kind of get me out of the mood a little bit, you know, and I'm pumping people up like today. They're having a bad day last night, you know, need to, you know, and I'll pump them up and say a little quote, or hold your head up high, or never tap out, stuff like that, and it makes me feel better, because it reminds myself, you know what I mean? So that would probably be my biggest highlight. Yeah, it's awesome because, you know, I interviewed you guys or someone, right? You all, for the third generations, you get the mom that had a daughter, the daughter that has the kids. And you guys see, no matter what we like, we always push it on our kids. My little girl wants to skydive. I don't want her skydiving, you know what I mean? And, the other day, she's like, I want to skydive. Skydiving's dangerous. I mean, we had a guy that went in the other day, and, you know, it's sad. And, you know, so I told my little girl, I don't want you skydiving. She's like, Daddy, it's skydiving or a boyfriend? All right, we pick skydiving. Now go back to skydiving. Don't worry about the danger in it, because the risk is very low. You're more likely to get into a car accident and pass away than anything. And the people that do pass away in the skydiving is they don't have their reserves, they don't have their safety equipment, they're just too comfortable. And like me, I'll sleep in the airplane, but I'll have all my stuff on. Like I'll, you know, make sure I got my reserve handles. If you're careful and treat every jump like a jump, you'll be fine. If you're careful and treat every fight like you're fighting Mike Tyson, you're fine. If you go into, you know what I mean, you can't be, you know, and that's when accidents happen. And that's when accidents happen in the car. You know, I mean, I do text and drive. Sorry, but my wife freaks out, but I can drive with my knee. I'm multitasked, all right? I mean, I'm aware of my surroundings, even though I'm looking down watching. But that's when stuff happens, though, you know what I mean? And so we just got to be careful with that. So, but bridging the gap is awesome, man. Pass down generations. Yes. That's good. We filmed like 4 episodes. I just had a, you know, and it's funny because when we film, but then when we're not filming, we have drama. You know what I mean? And sometimes people want to see the drama in the reality shows, but I want to make sure I, you know, do some cool stuff. So we have like 4 or 5 episodes. And we filmed like 6 episodes, and we got a lot of people that are interested in it. It just, what threw me off was which didn't, I brought my camera crew, which is the 20th year anniversary in New Zealand, so I had to quickly try to figure out how to get the camera crew there and if I can get permission. And there were supposed to be like, you know, 6 to 7 camera crews and stuff like that, so, you know, I was the only one, so I was happy about that. We got the law enforcement in the back right over here. Give them a big hand for keeping us safe. I always look at police officers or someone that I teach martial arts, we want to make the world a safer place, but then when you get out there, it's like there's so much stuff going on. But all we can do is our best job, and we can't, you know, and we got to look at it and do what we do. And that's how I look at it, teaching martial arts. I want everybody involved in a martial arts program and teach them all the respects, because when I was on the show, I had hard interviews, like, how do you feel about killing that kid in Canada, where the kids were playing Power Rangers, and I was like, well, I mean, you know, violence was created before television. You know, and kids did play cowboys and Indians, and if their kids aren't educated on martial arts, they could be dangerous, but at the same time, it's just passing the blame to everybody. It's either, you know, your show's number 1, you're going to get blame and negativity and all that stuff. And I did do another interview where the girl says, you know, you guys are, whatever, like, sexist or whatever to the males and the females or whatever. But she's like, you know, the girls only hit like, and I'm just making numbers because I don't remember, the girls only hit like 323 times. But the boys hit 700, and I was thinking, did she really count that? You know what I mean? Like, how long did that take? You know what I mean? And I was like, well, you know, it is what it is, and you know, I got the Falcons work, so I don't know what to tell you, you know? Got another question, yes, sir. Oh yeah, man, I own martial art academies. My martial arts schools, very successful. I got 1,000 students underneath me. You know, the Rising Sun Karate and That's what I was doing before. I think my gift was with children. You know, my gift was with kids and working with the kids, and it looks sketchy.
For any more questions, you guys can stand up. Microphone's back there, but if you guys are going to use it, stand up for like
Do me off. What was the question? Oh, what would I be doing? I mean, definitely, I know God will lead me into something great. You know what I mean? Had a gift with kids doing martial arts. I had a lot of national competitors. I had national news. I was always there training my kids, and I had two karate schools at the time. So my goal was to have a chain of schools and just a bunch of good students to carry on the tradition of what martial arts should be. I don't sell out today's age. I make sure that a black belt is a black belt. I don't charge testing fees at my school. You never have to pay for any belt, including my black belt exam that we spend about 8 to 12 hours with. So really my martial arts took care of me. I mean, martial arts got me on the show. Martial arts takes care of me now. And again, I don't do it for money. I do it for the passion of it. If you're an instructor and you're not passionate, get out. That's just how I feel. I'm a hard guy to work for, but I'm there for my customers. I'm there for my kids. You don't want to learn from someone who's not passionate. You know what I mean? You don't want to be with someone at a con that's, hey, come on. You know, maybe your partner, husband, wife, friend, whatever. This is dumb. It's like, shut up, dude. I'm in my own little world right now. You know, so the microphone's right there if you want to grab it.
I was reading an article online the other day that a couple of episodes of the show actually featured a pre-Breaking Bad and Malcolm in the Middle Bryan Cranston as the villain of the week. Did you know that? And if so, did you ever get the chance to interact with him?
No, I didn't. I mean, it's new news for me. But a lot of the guys were either voices or in the suit. You know what I mean? I'm very close to people who work on set, put it that way. I'm not the actor that stays in my trailer and not talk to extras. Extras were informed not to talk to us, period. And it was so I always store trouble up. So it was me. Like, it doesn't matter. If you guys can talk, look at the costumes, go to wardrobe, go, oh, really? And then they're like, Jason told me. And I'm like, dude, you know, it's like, gotta keep things separated. I worked with James Russo on the One Warrior movie. And I was like, I like him and Donnie Brasco. And, you know, I like him. So I wanted to ask him about the movie. Because, you know, it's what you do. So I said, man, I love Donnie Brasco. Don't ask about that movie. My lines were cut, and, you know, and I was like, okay, cool. So I was kind of nervous to work with the guy because he's done a lot of movies and stuff, but he's different to work for. And maybe if I don't work with him again, I don't care. But the point is, like, when we're filming, everybody had to duck behind the cameras and not make eye contact. And I was like, dude, I'd rather just look at a leaf and act because it makes it better for me. Even though he called me the wrong name, you know what I mean? I didn't know that. A lot of people that work on the show, I was very close to him, and I didn't know. The guy I do remember working on the show was Priscilla Presley's husband. His name was Marco, you know, Elvis Presley's wife, or ex-wife. His name was Marco, and I'm not lying. I promise when I say this, he had blue suede shoes on. That's how I remember it. Like, if you can do anything but lay off my blue suede shoes. And I shouldn't have started stuff, and I didn't. But I'm excited to meet Gene Simmons tomorrow. Not meet him, but he did come to set, and I have a Gene Simmons story, and I'd like to talk to him about it. And I flew to Australia with him. He was on tour, and I did the movie. But this dude comes to set. You already know the story, but they're like, "Hey, this is, you know, so and so," and I was like, "Oh, he didn't say his name." He says, "Hey, this is, you know, look who it is," and I was like, "Oh, cool. Hey, nice to meet you." I mean, he didn't have makeup on or nothing. And they're like, "You don't know who this is?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't." Do it. So he's like, right? So I'm thinking, dude, if this dude licks me, I'm gonna punch him. I was thinking, I don't know who this guy is. And so they said, Gene Simmons. And I was like, I just know the guy's looking at me with his tongue out. And then I realized it was who it was, Kiss. I was like, oh, awesome. So I hadn't seen him in such a long time. So I thought about going up to him and being like, I won't lick him. Yes.
Out of all your series that you had, what was your favorite episode?
Out of all the series I had, which was my favorite episode? I mean, I would have to probably call two things. I mean, you know, Zio, because my brother was in it. But I didn't have a shield, and I felt like weird. And then, you know, of course, the Green Ranger first series, just coming into it, and just knowing who all these people are. You know, nobody knew what Power Rangers was. Nobody knew what Green Ranger was. I thought I was going to be a forest ranger and fight with like Smokey the Bear or something.